It is 18 minutes past 9, Monday morning with Sophie Law, and we're talking about your favourite niche hobbies and interests today, as a new survey reveals the nation's fondness for maps, a big thing amongst British adults just in time for National Map Reading Week. Dan Freeman, a huge fan of maps, will take himself off in the garden centre, he admitted earlier on, and just go and have a look at an atlas just to pass some time while his wife's shopping. So what is it in your life that is maybe a hobby, a pastime, just something you really enjoy, that you find joy in, that others don't understand? We've already heard this morning about the joys of car polishing. Ant, who was on Sport earlier on, likes to clean the dust out of his mobile phone. It takes all sorts. Give me a call. Pick up the phone. 0808 100 9100. Now, I know we have a lot of weird and wonderful groups around Oxfordshire that do all sorts of different things. I think, of course, of, poo sticks and Quidditch and other stuff like that. So how about Ultimate Frisbee? Connor Pettitt is from East Oxford, Ultimate Frisbee. Good morning.
Good morning.
How did you get into this then, Connor?
Well, when I was at university, I saw that they had an Ultimate Frisbee club. And one of my friends at college had played it years before. And I just wrote it off as a strange sport.
Yeah.
But then I thought I'd give it a go, and I played it for a couple of years, and I got to the first team, so I got to the men's teams. And played.
So this is a proper thing with tournaments and other teams that you play?
I mean, it's a massive thing in America.
Okay.
A lot of universities play it here. So if you see Ultimate Frisbee here, you might think, oh, it's all just played by 20-year-old men. That's absolutely not the case. I realised years later, once I got into my career, that there are actually lots of local teams around, and they've got all sorts of ages, all the way from 10 to 65 years old playing in the same pitch.
So how does it work? How do you score it? What happens?
Well, it's kind of like a cross between American football and netball.
Okay.
But the way that you score it, you've got two end zones. There are no goalposts. The only way to score, you're not allowed to run with the disc, by the way.
Okay, so that's kind of netball-like. Once you're holding it, feet planted.
That's right. So you've got to work with your teammates to get one of your teammates in their end zone, kind of like a try area in rugby, and then they've got to catch the disc in that zone.
Okay, and how many on a team?
Well, if you're playing outdoors, because there's indoors and outdoors normally are 7 people.
Amazing. So do you talk about this when you're out at parties and stuff? How long do you wait, Connor, before you throw it in that you are an Ultimate Frisbee player?
Yeah, I don't want to put that in there too early, otherwise people might get put off.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah. I don't tend to talk about it too much. I mean, if people start asking about my hobbies, I will eventually say I play Ultimate. And it tends to be when I say Ultimate Frisbee, people are like, oh, so what, like throwing the disc with your friends on the beach? How's that a sport?
Yeah.
But it's like, you kind of say, well, I play a ball sport. And it's like, you can throw a ball with your friends on the beach, but you can also add some rules and turn it into an actual game.
So what do you get out of it? If people are listening right now looking for a new hobby, what do you recommend about Ultimate Frisbee?
Well, the thing I love about Ultimate Frisbee, I've done a lot of hobbies, and a lot of them tend to be sort of contact or combat sports. And I've had a lot of injuries. Now, with Ultimate Frisbee, it's non-contact, and you can put as little or as much of yourself into a game as you want. So I find it can be a lot easier on you. And also, there's this thing called the spirit of the game, and that means people are just a lot more chill about it. They're a lot easier.
Okay, so good fun. Can people come and watch it? How do you get involved in it?
So, if you're in Oxford or nearby, we play at Florence Park, so you can find our details online if you look on pickupultimate.com. But we play 3 times a week.
Wow.
Tuesday, Thursdays after work, and then on Sundays in the afternoon. If you see a bunch of people throwing a disc around, it's probably us. You can just drop in. You don't have to watch. You can drop in mid-game with that casual.
Fantastic. I love this. Well, thank you for telling me all about Ultimate Frisbee. This is Connor Pettitt. What is your hobby or pastime that you find joy in that others just don't understand? We're talking about this until 10 this morning. Give me a call, 0808 100 9100.